Hey guys, I had to come on here and just share this little, it's not quite validated, but it's happening. It just goes to show how the foundation over in Europe is cracking. So I had said a while back that Macron and Merz, Germany and France basically, would go at it and it would become public. And it would start in 2026 and it would continue for about 6, 7, 8 months, and then they would reconcile because they're going to have to reconcile and become friends even if they're really not, because of things that are going to be happening in 2026 and the latter part of 2026, right? So I learned today that France and Germany, the leaders, are at odds. And I said it would most likely be Macron, Mr. France, that would initiate all this to some degree, right? You're going to see for yourself. I'm going to share a clip of what I said about these two countries and their political stance, and then I'm going to share the updated news clipping that came out. At least one EU member begins formal withdrawal or treaty renegotiation. Strongly, I feel it will be France and Germany, and they will clash politically by or around June of 2026. The European regions weakens sharply by September, especially France and Germany. Who sides with who? Well, I get that there's a ego conflict between the two countries. It's almost sneaky behind the scenes. Alliances forming without others' approval, but in the end, they're going to be forced into negotiation. So even if there is a dispute, it's only temporary. Because of what's going on in the world, they'll find more comfort in sticking together versus being separated. So there is negotiation there. I see a EU split mid-September through October of 2026 will be the start of this. This is when the fracture becomes public knowledge. Write that down on your calendar. September through October of 2026, the fracture will become noticeable and public knowledge.
An interesting article from the Financial Times talking about German-French split, talking about how Macron, according to a German diplomat, how Macron stabbed Merz in the back. Because Macron, he decided to stay quiet in the run-up to the discussions on taking the Russian frozen assets.
So France may do something without telling Germany, or Germany may do something without telling France. Most likely it'll be France doing something, not telling Germany.
Macron put an end to Ursula and Merz's plan to take the Russian frozen assets. It has to be said that Merz was in the front with regards to taking the Russian frozen assets. He put himself in the front with that idea. So Merz, looks like Merz took the fall. He was thrown under the bus. He's very upset. Macron, in my opinion, is thinking beyond Ukraine. His goals are to lead Europe, to rule over Europe. And so it's true that the leader of France has chosen not to give the frozen assets, Russia's frozen assets, to Ukraine or as a loan. I'm not surprised. I'm not buying it, though. He may not be wanting to do that. And that's what happened between him and Merz, Macron and Merz. Merz thought that Macron was on board to do this, and Macron knew the whole time he wasn't going to. And he stabbed Merz in the back. That is my prediction. That has happened. However, I stick by what I'm saying. Macron is looking into the future, right? He's looking into something bigger, and that is gaining access and controlling, in my opinion, part of NATO. But we'll see when that happens.